Video number 21. Still unscripted, still not at the date I said it was going to be, still not at the time I was aiming for. But I am going to get 21 done, and 22 will follow on. I've got to keep doing these in order to pardon me, in order to finally get to the point when fear of my accent and my bald head reduces enough to allow me to actually start talking about things I want to talk about, because I think this is vitally important now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot changing in the world, and I believe a lot of it is because we normal everyday folk have got access to the internet and access to YouTube. We've got a voice, and we haven't necessarily found anything to say yet, and we haven't found an interesting way to say it. One person who has interested me a hell of a lot over the last 18 months has been a guy called Jordan Peterson, and he has been talking about more traditional values, about the place of religion and archetypes in society, and about the pressures and strains that have been put on society by modern ideas of gender, sexuality, and living in the West in the 21st century, and how we're trying to change. We're trying to change basic human instincts that are written into our DNA. I think like a lot of people of all ages, we've seen this modern world we've created give us wonderful things and wonderful opportunities, but we've also seen a growth in depression and suicides and self-harm. Self-harm, when I was growing up, self-harm I don't think was even a thing, but now I look around and I see youngsters in their 20s and 30s killing themselves, and drugs is rampant, addiction is rampant, and these are the most wonderful times of anybody's life, and yet they're full of loss and and illness and fear, and we've they were sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and somehow we seem to have done that. And Jordan Peterson talks about harking back to a more sort of traditional view of things, and says it's hardwired into our DNA in effect. That even religious texts are reflection of these archetypes, and these archetypes are what almost a biological subconscious level our minds strive to be back with that certainty. And he talks about it, and it's interesting, and it deserves more than a 5-minute video. This is just going to be a 5-minute video, just to get number 21 on the board, so that I can move on. I know this is, like I say, Jordan Peterson's work deserves a hell of a lot more conversation, as does the ideas he floats around. I'm not 100%, I'm not as articulate as he is, not by a long way. But here we go. This is coming up to 5 minutes, so I'm going to shut it down, and hopefully this will be good enough to upload.